everybody, this is Dorothy Kelty of Rockwell Creations, and my husband and I took a quick trip over to South Carolina. Stopped in Atlanta and saw a couple of my nephews and enjoyed Charleston. It was a quick trip because we really just didn't have time. But today I wanted to first show you a few things that I got. Some of these are from antique stores, and some of them are just picked up in hotels and things like that. So, antique store, I got these. Now, I thought these would be really pretty on the cover of a journal. And there's 6 of them here, I think. And then this, the reason I got these, I'll probably will use them on a journal, but this is scrim cloth, and this is like Swedish embroidery is kind of what I learned to call it. This might be more like it. Interesting that there's a tail hanging off. But anyway, I love it. I used to do this. Haven't done it in a while, but look how beautiful that is. Just love it. Okay, I got, maps. I got handouts. There's more. I picked up some postcards. I got this at an antique store. I didn't even open it to see what it really is, but it's a book to keep track of insurance payments and things. I love that. That's so cool. Not sure how old it is. Is there anything here with a year on it? I don't see one, but pretty old. So I got that. This was in a hotel room with a paper, and I thought it was so cool. You fold it to make an airplane, but I also thought it'd be great for junk journal pages. These are the books you get your hotel room in, or you get your hotel room key in, and I like to use these for in my journal, so I have that. This is vintage bias tape. And I like these packages, too, when they come with the packages for like a sewing journal or something. What else do we have? A tag. I have no idea what that came off of. Envelopes from the silverware, eating in restaurants. I have some of those. My coffee came in this, and I just thought it was really pretty, so I pulled it out. Okay. Cup holders. Okay, look how cute this is. And this can be torn apart, taken apart, and used to make pockets or belly bands or something in your journal. Here's another one, and another one. So what I thought I'd do, I bought this at a store. What I thought I'd do today is make some things with some of these things. And I forgot to show you these. I could not resist these books. They were not very expensive. They are just beautiful. These are in German. And this one is, I believe, 1887. Well, I don't see the date now, but that's okay. Not sure how old this is. I think these are plays. Here's another book. This one is really falling apart, but look how gorgeous it is with the old writing and everything. 1865, 1895. And I like when they're autographed. Joseph H. Smith, I think. That writing is so pretty to have, and some little pictures in it. This one is, not sure how old this one is, 1872. Look at how gorgeous this is. I love it, love it, love it. And then this one, again, we have the writing on the cover and the blank plate pages, and it's 1887. So really super fun little books, I think. And sending some of these to my sister. We share our finds, and if she doesn't like what I send, she can let me know. So I'm going to put those aside. Okay, so my desk was a mess. I did not clean it up before I left on this trip. So that's okay. I will just use some of the things. Now I did go through and I did receipts. Here's map pages. Tear out some pages and things to use. This looks like a coffee. I use coffee filter. Oh, I love that. I just love that. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I like to make little booklets out of these to stick in pockets and stuff in journals. And I thought that a map page was pretty appropriate for part of this. So there we have that. Now, as it happens, these bags are going to fit in there as pages. I like it when the pages are not all exactly the same width. If this pulled out here, you know, I would take care of that, but I'm just going to take this and fold it over like this and fold it over like this. I think that's how it's going to fit in here. Right. And then I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to just cut right down here and right down here. Now, these can be left like this as pockets, or they can be opened up to be pages, you know, kind of whatever you want to do. So let's put one of these in here. And then I took some of my paper that I had laying around, and I kind of got that cut to size. So I'm just going to cut this like this. Okay, now let's see. So there's some pages. You don't want to put too many pages, I don't think, in these little journals. This is some vintage kids' writing paper, and this is the top where they draw pictures. So we'll add a little bit of that. Now what I'm going to do is just my off page. What I'm going to do here is just kind of alternate these a little bit, so there's some variety in the pages. I also I like to have pages that are like different widths or sizes. I think that's fun, and like these that are a little shorter, and put this in. Okay, and now this, first we'll make sure this is going to go in here all right. Looks like this one is a little too long. Okay. You need to crease this down a little bit. Okay. And then put this in here. Make sure the map is right side up if any of the rest of them have anything in them. Okay. Now we'll find the center of this. Now these can be sewn in. They can be sewn in by machine. So just take your machine and sew right here. They can be sewn in by hand, just like a regular signature. Or if my stapler will fit, and I'm not sure if it will or not, yes, you can put a couple staples right in here. Look at it, fits perfect. How cool is that? Now this stapler actually will rotate. So if it doesn't fit, I can take this and line it up here and put my staples in that way. Okay, now all I have to do is decorate it. And to decorate it, I thought that I would just use the scraps and stuff I have on my desk. I'm not sure where all of them came from, but okay, let's put this way. The other thing is, as I'm doing this, okay, if some of the background from this shows through, that's really okay as far as I'm concerned. It looks kind of cool in a way. Another thing I could do rather than just collaging on the front of this would be to use a whole piece of paper and wrap it all the way around. I'm not doing that on this one. So let's put that there. Why don't we take, where's that really falling apart book? This one is really, it's already falling apart. I'm going to tear out a page. Okay, and put a little bit of that on here. In fact, I may wrap this around here. Here, if I did it this way. Okay, like my exacting measurements. Okay, that's going to go over here. Now, I thought I would take this pink and use that to be the tie to hold it closed. This is, again, mini journals can be tied or closed any of the ways that regular ones can be closed. Okay. So the way I measure this, oh, this is cotton, that's kind of interesting, is I tie a bow, okay, and then I see with the bow how far I need it to go. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this off. So now if I wrap this around here, if I glue it here and wrap it around, I have more than enough to tie a bow in the front. So I'm going to start with just gluing this down. I think this little bit here could be from Line Dot Arrow, one of hers. This is going to go like this. Now, when you have vintage paper like that, see, it's tearing where the staples are, and that's okay, because I can take lace to reinforce that. I do want to make sure it's glued down good, so I'm putting plenty of glue on the back of this. Just to help reinforce it. Okay, here's this little piece. Let's take since I've got the blue sitting right here, I think I'll do the blue. Well, teal. This is called Broken China. Excuse my arm as I reach across. Okay, put that right there. Okay, let's see what I can put here. Let's go ahead and put this little bit of map there. This over here so I'm not reaching over quite as much. put this right here. So my husband and I had planned to take a trip this fall, and then we have a balance class that we're going to take, and both of us need the class. So we wanted to just take a little bit of vacation because the class is going to last until November. So not a lot of time left for to do anything else. So we decided the idea was to see how far we can go, and then of course we started planning on how far we can go. Oh, she'll look cute there, I think. Okay, let's put her. Right here. Okay, I want something to go right over here. What do I have here? This can go here. These can go out of my way up here. I'm going to just tear this. So this was from a Dear Julie digital that I was working on before I left. So it's Christmas, so I'm going to tear off above this because this isn't Christmas. We'll put that right there like that. So I like cleaning up my desk by using the things that I have. And I love taking and using things from my trip that I pick up. You know, free is good when you're making things. So I'm gonna take this scissors. See how good I did at measuring this. And this will reinforce the spine, and it will match the tie. Okay, here we go. That's gonna go right there. Okay, I'm going to fold it with this on. Okay, what do we have here? This. Okay, and now we have this inside. So one of the things that I can do here is add a pocket or something. Let's see if I do this. I'm going to keep that. That's like, I really love it. So this isn't my pocket. I'm doing kind of a background on this. Once again, I rather like the I like the background of it kind of showing through a little bit. That's just fine. Because this is paper, and so that makes it a little bit stronger maybe than just I was saying I could use that for a pocket, but I think I'm just going to use it to cover up some more of that background. Okay, and then we don't want this, we don't want this. What if we take a little bit of this and make a side pocket? Let's see, right here. So one of the things I will be doing before I get too heavily into crafting is I will clean off this desk a little bit more because this is impossible. But what I will do is take a piece of paper and glue it all down and make it be a masterboard with it. So I just want to, I folded this over a little bit because I just wanted to reinforce that. Okay, so now we have a tuck spot on the front cover. And on the back cover here, we have, okay, I'm going to take, not that, remember, you decided you like that. Okay, here's a cute little, put that there. Now with mini journals, you can go through and you can put pockets and things on them. I generally figure that they're going to be a journaling spot. And so I like to leave them more like their writing space or for them. I really cut crooked when I did this. Okay, now this is a pocket that's already there. So I want to leave that. Let's see. Let's take some more of this. This vintage paper is so fragile, but it's so cool. Okay, now what we want to do is I'm folding this along this edge. And now I can tear along that edge. Okay, once again, I'm going to be putting quite a bit of glue on this. I want it to stay put and not be too fragile. And with all these nice fragile edges, you don't want anything to happen to that. And then, where is that? Okay, we have this luggage tag from Hyatt. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's see how this does for a not bad at all. So I'm folding this up a little bit. That will make a little pocket in the tag. Nope, that's not going to work. It's not going to fit if I do that. So, okay, now let's see if it'll fit. Look at that. Honestly, I think this is just fine. I'm going to cut off these corners so it looks more like a tag. Put it in here. Let's get another little piece of this. Oh, it's best to take the one that you cut off, don't you think? Best not to drop the one you cut off. Oh. Now another way to make a pretty flat little holder is just to put this in and either glue it or staple it. I think I'm going to glue it. Okay, I like them to not be exactly even, and I like the fact that they're kind of inside out. I have changed my mind. Let's see. All right. Fussy cutting these is going to be interesting. I'm not going to go right along with everything exactly. I don't know if you are seeing what I'm doing, but for the most part, I'm not moving the scissors, I'm moving the paper. And when I get to some of these wiggly edges like this, I'm not worried about getting exactly on the line. I'm just worried about getting wiggly edges in there. You know, these lines are guidelines. One of these days I'm going to get a scan and cut. I thought about a cry cut, but I really think just a scan and cut, that's all it does, is all I really need. I don't have the time or the inclination with all the other things that I do to figure out how to use a cry cut, and I'm not likely to use it for other things, so. Although my daughter has one and she could show me how to use it. That would cut down my learning time a lot. She's very sharp. Okay, now for these, I'm just going to take my distress ink and ink around the edges. Again, this is a scrap that was on my desk. I'm thinking from line dot arrow, but I could be wrong about that. And if I put it on this, that kind of covers that up. You can still see it's a luggage tag because of or some sort of a tag, because of what's on the other side. But it there we go. Whoops. I better let that dry before I put it in. But it's going to look very cute in there. Okay. This will, I hope, tie closed. Yes. Not bad. And then back here in the very back, I have these little bitty cute colored pencils. And so I'm just going to take one and stick it right in here, ready to go. Okay, now these can be tucked into pockets. They can be just mini journals that you sell all by themselves, use to stick into a purse or something. Things like this can be a lot of fun to have around. So, or to include in gifts. This could be the tag on a gift. So you could just open this and put who it's to, or stick a tag in there and say who it's to, and be ready to go. So anyway, I'll be using the rest of these fun things in the other things I'm making, and I hope you come back and see what else I do.